Welcome back to Kicking It with the Neighbors. We're breathing in the October magic, mixing up the truth and keeping it moving. We're your hosts, Riri and Vooster. Grab your cup and lean back. October Chris, the smoke is rising from the stoop. Inhaling spells, we blew a cloud right through the neighborhood group. Sipping potions out the chalice, brewers running through the veins. We turn the block into a castle, driving down these haunted lanes. The leaves are dead, but the song is so alive. Kicking it with the neighbors, yeah, we do this every Friday at 5. We got the cauldrons bubbling up, the bass is hitting low. Pull up a chair, pour a glass, and welcome to the show.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody's having a wonderful summer so far. We're getting into episode 11. How are you doing, Rister?
I am Hookah. Why are you eating the other food? Sorry. Gotta reprimand my puppy issues. I'm doing Hookah, get over here. Come here. I'm doing great. Staying cool. It's
been a hot summer.
Really hot right now. Getting towards the end of July. It's some of the hottest months in America.
We're getting dialed into our podcast episodes now.
Dialing in.
Surprisingly, with all this heat going on, we've been drained, but
yeah. Hey, stop eating that food.
Probably stepping forward, we're gonna stop announcing episode numbers and stuff. It's season 1 until the new year.
We're evolving.
So,
we're growing. We're figuring it out as we go along. We had a plan, but we're not gonna waste all our time on a plan. We're gonna come up with a rough draft, and the key thing is we did it. We get out of bed.
Yeah, I mean we have our major ones kind of dialed in. You want our face-to-face videos to be dialed in, of course, which I agree with. I feel like in general everything by like the 50th episode.
Well, it always starts a little rough. The idea that you're going to be perfect from the beginning is a little ridiculous. I mean, I'm okay with being the novice and failing, and everybody starts as a beginner,
Yeah, I mean, our goal is by next year, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, like every episode we've done so far has just more or less gotten progressively better.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I keep up with it.
Yeah, there's going to be some dead zones. We're going to have some not great episodes as time goes on,
Mm-hmm. We've already had a couple. Sadly, they were great episodes, but there were little flaws in them. And
maybe when we get some more skill under our belt, we go back and revisit and remaster them, clean them up. And our first couple episodes were definitely raw and a little unhinged, but we're slowly figuring it out, building this business together, building this creative.
I mean, topic-wise, I'm surprised we've gotten as deep as we have. I mean, we've had our deep talks. That's why we started this whole thing, is because we hang out, we get stoned, talk about some really wild shit that happens, shit that's personally happened, shit that goes on around here, a little bit of tea, a little bit of drama, but and I really do want us to build not so much followers, I want us to build those followers, but just consumption. I want our consumption hires to just get higher,
Yeah, I mean, that's in. It's kind of weird because I mean, remember we were watching those clips of Prof, right? And it's so hard to kind of like put yourself out there because
he's talking about how it's hard to get
it's a very short attention span because everybody's consuming these clips. They're doom scrolling. They're going, every 5-second little clip. It's really, people don't have the attention span to be engaged in something long format anymore, which is, it's kind of sad.
It is.
They get bad. I'm guilty of it too. I have crazy ADD, ADHD sometimes. Like, I mean, we were binge watching all these episodes, and at a certain point, I just was looking and doing something else. But
yeah, no, for sure. Some crazy movies, though. I mean, I know it definitely caught our attention. Like,
to put it,
I don't really have a choice to be on my phone, which I kind of enjoy. Like if I'm on the phone, I can't use my Disney Plus or anything. I can't watch anything on my phone. So it kind of just, it's like, okay, time to lay down.
To put a little
relax,
context
stay
on
off
what
my
we
phone.
just jumped into, we had recently, over the past couple days, kind of binge watched
season 1 of Into the Dark
series. It's on Hulu, Disney Plus, right?
Hulu, Disney Plus, whichever.
Unpaid shout outs. We gotta love them.
Yeah, for sure.
But hey, whatever. If it's good, it's good. So these are like
they're the only thing that we can access them on. Like I looked it up. none of the movies on either season you can actually watch without having Disney Plus or Hulu.
Right.
Which is fucked up because originally I watched maybe 2 or 3 of these movies on another platform like Tubi or something.
Content is so spread out. Remember the other day I was talking about this. Content is so spread out across all these streaming platforms that ideally, if you are that into consuming that kind of media, you almost need a subscription and everything. And we did the math, like not using bundles or something, and having base stuff like commercials, advertisements, and whatever. It's like 60 total, roughly 65 total, and then full premium if you use bundles with every service for no adverts, it's about 120 to 130, and without the bundles it's like 140. So you're saving about $20 on your bundles, and we looked comparatively to the height of cable television when I was growing up. The price points are pretty comparable, within about $10. I think streaming's about $10 cheaper relative to the highest points of cable prices. But that's what we went full circle. Instead of buying cable or buying packages with certain channels, now you just buy certain streaming services. And if you want all the content, you want your 1,000 channels, like we used to have in cable days.
It's about $20-$30 cheaper.
Well, it's about the same price, roughly. I mean, yeah. Not that it's a bad thing. It's just instead of providing your credentials and your payments and all that jam for one service, you are now doing it for 8, 9, 10, 15, 30 million different services, all vying for your attention. What's even worse is you have like broadcasting or production companies that are like, all right, we're creating 4 different types of content for this one universe, but each one is going to be on a separate streaming platform. It's just designed to maximize wealth extraction.
Yeah, they all have data centers and stuff, however you pronounce it, but data centers. And yeah, I find it so funny because have you seen the news articles on like everybody protesting the AI data centers?
Sure.
But I'm like, do you not realize that your banks, that your school systems...
But they don't use these monolithic data centers. They've been using, they've been using data centers, but that's the argument. These are not massive mega structures that are sucking up water and power.
Yeah.
They do suck up water and power, but not to the degree of these massive data centers.
No, I understand it. I just find it really funny. Yeah. We've always had data centers. They've always taken our information. We've always been watched.
More or less. It's not so much that it is now. Now it's a little bit more pervasive.
Yeah, it's invasive. Like, you're invading somebody's privacy nowadays. But it never used to be like that. These things have been around. Like, making a big issue out of them now. I'm kind of in between it. Like, you don't have to be doing it, but I kind of understand why.
No, AI surveillance is... we don't want to live in a surveillance state. That's not what
but we always have.
Not really.
Since we've been born, yeah.
Not really. There hasn't been cameras on the corner tracking my every move.
Oh no. Oh, those fart cameras.
Reading your license plate, providing all this information.
Well, you know what's funny is you can be a criminal and pass by safety. That. Yeah, they don't care. They just want the information. They're tracking where you're going.
Well, a lot of people
who's going where.
No, they've caught criminals. We're not going to say but they have.
Yeah.
It's worked. However, there has been a large amount of people who have been falsely identified, falsely flagged by these systems. And we used to be a country where you were innocent until proven guilty. Now just the alleged
you're guilty
crime,
until proven innocent.
You have to prove your innocence, which is absurd. And now you have these systems which are being used by already people that we know. Like, it might be an urban myth. We'll have to double check this, but I encourage you to do your own research and whatever, and look up actual factual data. Don't just go on Facebook and look for an echo answer.
And don't just take our word for it.
Yeah, but someone said to me a long time ago, like, high IQ applicants do get rejected in police academy. And I don't know, that's probably not that true.
No, it is, because nowadays, like, if you have credentials
but the point being,
too much, you're not allowed to work at a grocery store or something. You have
these overzealous, a little less educated or less capability of, like, critical thinking. And now it's like, oh, the AI system flagged you, so it must be 100% true. Therefore, you're guilty. Regardless of, now we all have these quote unquote real IDs that they pushed on us, and that's supposed to be the end all be all of identification, yada yada. But like, even having your own identification card on you, proving who you are, is not enough to convince the arresting officer that the data was lying or the AI made a mistake. So you're now having to prove your innocence against a algorithm, which is, that's scary. That's scary. I don't want that to be my children's future. You know, like, you shouldn't.
Nobody's thinking like that anymore.
Nobody's thinking at all.
No.
Or if they are, they're thinking in a really indoctrinated way. They're not really putting any effort into, they're just accepting claims to be true. There's so much AI slop in social media, and there's like literal straight up propaganda.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absurdist propaganda. And then people buy it.
Oh, for sure.
Because it resonates with how they feel or think.
I'm like, they think that it's
rather
good,
than it being
you know?
factual. Yeah. They resonate with how
they like
feel
it. They like the sound of it. They like how it looks. They believe it. They go on to make other people believe it. Because it resonates with
how they think. Whether they and they don't want to accept that they could potentially be wrong. Hookah, that is not your dog food. Sorry, guys, yelling at my animal.
Technically, you're protecting her.
Yeah, she got a little tummy ache.
Yeah, they're not supposed to switch foods that fast.
I mean, at this point, they've been dining on each other's dog food.
You're still supposed to proportion it, you know.
The difference being
half and half.
Well,
or
sure,
technically, it's a quarter of the new food mixed in with 75% of the old.
A good way to
tell.
Slowly... We have a dog park. We obviously have to handle their excrement. So, like,
if it's runny,
yeah, that's probably something funny.
If it's too solid,
yeah. They got some pretty healthy poops.
Your dog does.
Sorry to get
Mine's
gross,
a full
guys.
breed. His stomach gets upset over any little thing. Hookah, on the other hand,
half and half is better.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry for the derail. We were talking about stuff and things, and so like we said, we've been binge watching these
the Into the Dark series.
Yeah, these like, psych horror, American horror. I mean, not all of them are.
Some of them are just straight thriller, you know, straight
good
slasher films,
slasher monster creature features, if you will.
Yeah.
We decided to do a little.
Down in the School Spirit, you know, those were two really good ones. Down was the elevator.
That's the elevator one.
It was really creepy, you know, and I think what gave it away was when he's like, "Oh, I promise you, I'm not a stalker. I don't want this to sound weird. I'm not a stalker." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're a stalker."
No, of course, and it's kind of hard to keep that.
He could have said anything else, you know,
because you're obviously watching a psychological horror or a horror flick in a series of horror flicks, and you got a couple people trapped into the elevator. Obviously, one of those two people are probably the bad people based on the conversation.
Well, at first it made it seem like somebody was watching them over the cameras, like somebody else trapped them in there.
Had those. Like,
they tried to make it seem like that.
Yeah.
But I'm just sitting here. I'm like, nah, I need to watch more. I need to take in more information first. And then when he said that, I'm like, you could have said absolutely anything else other than stalker, and you said stalker. Well, therefore, that gave that away right there. But the ending, you know, like,
they use a lot
you didn't expect it once you got like halfway through.
Foreshadowing. There's definitely some foreshadowing in a lot of them.
Yeah, you pointed out the light effect.
The lighting effects, lighting effect. I did a lot of
like the going into the dark or coming into the light.
Did a lot of studio work back in the day growing up, so certain lighting effects that are used in storytelling and stuff. It's pretty cool, like the half and half dark and light face and everything. You know, showing a dive into the darkness. It gets progressively more and more. Down was pretty good. I still think my favorite was I'm Just Fucking With You.
Yeah, that was definitely a
pretty
good
unhinged.
But I mean, School Spirit was pretty unhinged too.
That was weird because it started off, you think it's a creature feature, but it's not really a creature feature. It was kind of interesting. It was
to find out that like there's been somebody living in the walls of the school for years.
Spoilers. But yeah,
I
mean,
mean,
it's old. It's years old.
yeah,
So
these are movies from technically the first season is just 2018, 2019.
About 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
And
no, it's
but between those two, I definitely say Down. Down was better out of like between School Spirit, like and Down was way better
School
as far
Spirit
as the
was, like-
psych part goes.
School Spirit was basically freaking
We kind
the
of called
Breakfast
it.
Club gone wrong.
Yeah,
you
we
know?
called it. It's always the weird nerdy kid.
Yeah,
Not
the
to
quiet,
mention,
weird
I started
guy or
catching on to the
whatever. Yeah.
pattern where he was never in the same room when something
Yeah.
happened.
Some obvious
Yeah.
points, right? But it was just
It was
like
it was a good movie though.
the valedictorian student gets detention and all the bad students it's
Yeah, and
it's Breakfast Club but bad. Puka was
crazy.
unhinged.
Like I need to watch it again to understand everything.
We gotta watch that one again for sure. That was I would kind of want to make a Puka suit though. The thing would be hilarious.
It was really dope.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, but I mean, like in Treehouse, and compared to Puka, those were both really like weird psychological ones that I need to rewatch.
They were completely. I mean, yeah, like Treehouse. That was the witches one, wasn't it? Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Because what it was is like, I think it was his sister, right, who sent him to like a retreat to help him.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, she was pissed off that he raped her friend or whatever when they were younger.
Corporate business douche gets,
the girl committed suicide, so he was a murderer.
Essentially,
that's how
pays for all of his womanizing, I guess you could say. Womanizing is a good word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pays for his past mistakes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, out of the two of those, I definitely say Puka because of the fact that it's so hard to understand what's going on.
Yeah, it's such a crazy chain of events. It definitely keeps
you on the edge of your seat. You're like, what is happening? What's the story here?
Yeah, every time I'm like, what? Didn't this person die already? What are they doing?
Died like 3 different times. Yeah, you lose your grasp on reality.
Yeah,
like quite literally, it makes you like not know what's reality and what's in his head.
That's part of, I think, what creates some of the tension of the movie is like, yeah, it just jumps from different. Like you're like, wait, what? Just like this just happened. What is this? Like the chain of events are almost so jumbled and chaotic that there's no
it creates chaos in your own mind.
There's no real like path of what's happening. It's not sequential in a sense, and
compared to like Treehouse, where it's like I could honestly see something like that happening
in real life. Yeah, remove the witchery, but still like
yeah. So I'm like, out of the two, I definitely think Puka was the better one
for sure.
Yeah, and Flesh and Blood was another one that like really made you think about something that could happen in real life.
That was the agoraphobia trapped in the house with a killer jam, right? Yeah.
Yeah, which that was the daughter and the dad.
Terrible, because like for those of you who don't know, agoraphobia is the fear of being out in wide open spaces, essentially, and people who suffer from this. Going outside, like literally just in their own front yard, can be extremely disorienting. There's very wild effects, and it's almost like a catastrophic failure of your senses. It's just too much sensory overload, essentially. So you're forced to be inside all the time.
Yeah, she really wanted to step outside. She tried multiple times.
Yeah, like you see in the beginning, she could barely get a box.
She tried to grab her package because she didn't want it to get soaking wet in the rain. Yeah. If it weren't for her therapist showing up for a session,
And they did a pretty good job on kind of like giving a visual show of what it's like to have those symptoms, I guess,
oh yeah, for sure.
It's very jarring.
It makes you feel empathetic. It like
sympathetic.
No, empathetic. Like empathy? I felt what she felt. You know,
sympathy is when you've gone through something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sympathy is like, I feel sympathy for you. Yeah. Empathy is you actually just feel it with them. You understand what they're going through. Yeah.
Not being a douchebag, basically.
Pretty much. And then like, and New Year, New You's, fucking that one was crazy too. You know,
That one's
she
a
was
trip
just
too.
a terrible person.
Oh yeah, well
altogether.
that's just
And then
like
you got like she turned these other group of
well,
girls into terrible
I
people.
called it too. You're not gonna give some psychobabble crazy like influencer type lady who's built a fortune on like it's that uh compliment with a dagger type of like it's like toxic self-empowerment
hmm
in a sense.
Egotistical people. She
Right,
was really
sure.
egotistical.
Yeah,
It was all
yeah.
about her, all about her business, all about
Narcissism.
her
Yeah,
friends.
yeah, yeah. And while she was building this empire of self-wellness
She
and
was tearing these poor
she was
girls
tearing
down
other people down and like and yeah,
and
cause someone
telling
to
people to go and do it themselves.
yes, to cause someone to kind of like take their own life through their like yeah, and making people feel bad just to make yourself
Yeah.
feel better essentially.
And then the group
But
regretted
like
it and had it out
trying
for
to get
her.
someone to admit that ruin their life, it's not going to happen.
Mm-mm.
No, these people who have obtained wealth like that never had that wealth, they would rather die,
Yeah,
kill,
they'll go to
whatever
whatever length they
to
can to
protect
keep
their image and
yep.
protect them. Yeah, their wealth. They have no morals. They've lost them. They have made
Especially
wealth. Like she said,
portrayed that very well
I'm
too.
famous. I'm wealthy. The rule of laws do not apply in their mind to these people.
Yeah.
Rules of morality, they do not apply.
And then of course they're gonna pick the weakest one of the bunch to
sure,
manipulate.
to further manipulate. And you watch it in real time and it's just disgusting. And you see that.
It portrayed it so
yeah,
fucking
they did
well.
a good job,
I'm like,
yeah.
bro, like I see that on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, it's like
it's crazy.
It's like, I mean, Flesh and Blood is like a non-paranormal more or less The Shining. It's The Shining without The Shining because The Shining's the paranormal bit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially with the dad being the crazy one and like
psycho person locked in the house with a psycho
the cops
person.
Definitely, I think that's why I liked it. It is more realistic than all the other ones where the cops are just stupid and ignorant and ignore everything. Something that wouldn't really usually happen.
The narrative
wouldn't work out without it.
The obliviousness more or less of some of the officers in some of these films.
It's kind of what makes the movie.
Well, it's writers.
Together,
it's plot armor. It's to make the story move. You know, you can't. You've been in these writing rooms. You can argue these points all day. That's not realistic. That's not how it would feel. That's not how I would think it would happen in real life. It doesn't matter.
It's to keep viewers watching.
Well,
and
it's
to
not
keep
just
the
to
film
keep
moving.
the viewers.
Yeah.
It's to progress the story.
Yeah, I know.
These are all curated events to progress storytelling. And whether it's you have to be someone in the realm of believability. It doesn't have to be believable. You know?
No, but that's why I'm saying I like Flesh and Blood so much. Like two female
that
officers,
one's super
that
one could be completely realistic.
Yeah.
Although the like I said, the immersion break was that LAPD not just kicking down the door and shooting someone. They did their jobs, that's the unbelievable part.
Yeah, the first time they came, they investigated. They're like, if you need anything, here's my
You would
card.
hope that's
the
how
other
it
lady
goes.
was kind of like, okay, you're a kid. If we get called back here, maybe. But right now, he's saying, you're just a crazy little girl on meds.
Yeah, I'm not.
And the second time they actually came and they fucking rushed over there. They're like, oh shit, this little girl called. Like maybe this shit is real.
They did what you would hope cops do, and some of them do. So. They do. Yeah.
I mean, between Flesh and Blood and New Year, New You, which would you say was like the better?
I don't know. New Year, New You was probably the better. I don't know. That's a toughie.
Like New Year, New You has a better meaning and story behind it, but like the Flesh and Blood really makes you think
how they get away with it. Was pretty awesome. Like how she gets away with it all and New.
Oh yeah, that was. It pissed me off at the end that she turns into the egotistical brat, though.
Well, sure. Yeah, it's just...
She had that break.
Be careful that when fighting the devil, you don't become... you don't become him, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a toughie right there,
That is a tough one. Those are two really good ones.
They're both kind of breaking points on reality, too. So
yeah, you just watch this... like you said, they pick on the bad one convinces and picks on the weak one to turn her to her cause,
Well, if you look at Flesh and Blood, he kind of did the same thing with his daughter. He made her weak, manipulated her because she lost her mother and she's in this really down point.
Yeah.
He kind of used that as like, oh, well, you can't go anywhere, so let me take care of you.
Your meds are making you crazy. Big gaslighting in that one.
Both
of them really gaslighting in both of them. So, you know what? I have some dice. I did have a dice box up here. I was gonna roll the dice. Oh yeah, there's one up there. Perfect. Yeah. Let's say because they're both really good and I can't choose one.
We'll do 1 to 3 is Flesh and Blood, and 3 to 6 is
so low is Flesh and Blood, highs. So we're rolling the bones. We're gonna read the bones.
Okay, so New Year.
Yeah, honestly, I was gonna pick that one. I really do like the Flesh and Blood, but it was such that one was such a straightforward classic slasher flick. The killer's in the house, you're stuck, you can't get out. Right?
It's like a force of nature that you just cannot compete with.
From my perspective, my personal what I like as horror movies, since I kind of grew up with horror, I had already watched all the Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Streets and Halloween's, and when I was in the single digit ages, right? I loved horror flicks. I loved creature features.
All the way.
I loved all that stuff.
Scream Queens.
I kind of desensitized myself to the monster horror aspect or the big bad serial killer aspect. For me, I enjoy more psychological thrillers because
same.
It's mind bending and it's more of it's on your edge. You always have that constant anxiety. And you get those really slow, tight zooms that happen in some of these movies that just build tenseness.
Like Culture Shock. The smiles. Okay. The smiles were so
they were
creepy.
Really pulling a page out of Smiles, which is a phenomenal newer horror.
They Come Knocking too. The Smiles and They Come Knocking.
So that was
all the way up the cheeks.
That's another one that's very tough because you have this really awesome kind of family bond dynamic. There's definitely some family trauma and tension in the whole thing. Everyone kind of blames each other for, their mother's death. It's another their mom's dead type, or the loss of a loved one.
It's also got a deeper, really moral meaning.
Yeah.
Grief. It's you need to let go. Yeah. They didn't. They're oh, we can set this aside. What's happening now is really serious, so she can wait. Because she was dead. They were carrying her ashes around in a bottle, and the symbolism was that the kids were their grief. They were literally tearing them apart. They were trying to get them out and tear them apart, consume them. Grief consumes you.
Yeah, exactly.
It tries to pull you out and consume you.
They were trying to find closure, but they kept putting it off because of these weird events, which were essentially grief in a sense. So it's a weird dynamic.
Yeah, it's definitely a psychological thriller, but you don't realize it until the end.
It's two things put together. You have this weird
thriller horror movie happening,
paranormal creature thing happening that's kind of also driving the psychological narrative of dealing with trauma and grief and letting go, because
and being able to talk about it.
Yeah, you have to go. The only way to deal with grief is the only way out is through. Yep. Right? You can't just put it off. You have to deal with it because grief literally will eat you alive.
Yeah. That's the symbolism in the movie. That was fucking epic. And then at the end, as soon as the ash is empty from the bottle, they disappear.
Because
everything goes back to normal.
Which makes you think it was a literal manifestation of grief, and these events weren't.
Well, there was proof that the grief had already gotten to another family. It killed them.
Right. So
and there were missing people posters.
So it was a real paranormal thing that fed on
that
family
targets grief.
But it's weird that it was these these multiple families have came to this same place to deal with the loss of a loved one, and they instead of actually dealing with the grief, they fall into the chaos and
But it seems like some of them set up living quarters out there. You know, they had little houses, vacation places to go.
Sure.
He came across some really weird stuff. You know, junkyard.
It's an interesting movie, but it was
yeah.
good. It was good. What was the other one?
The Culture Shock.
That one's just too good.
It was, and it aged perfectly. I'm like, bro, like everybody's gonna say, "Oh, that aged so bad," which it did age bad because of how perfectly it did.
And even my 60% of the movies in Spanish, which I don't care. Like, I'm all for using native languages 100%. And I'm sorry, my generation, like, we had Spanish class, but fuck, most of our parents were kind of racist. So
I understood few things because of Spanish class, but I don't understand all of it.
There was subtitles translating into English.
Mm-hmm.
I know how bad that is, butchering it, because I watch a lot of anime, so I know the difference. But if I could at least read the subtitles, I understood what I could understand. Because, Spanish is still a Latin-based language, and so is English, so there's
a lot of words that sound like what they are in English.
You can figure it out if you pay attention, right?
Yeah, like when the coyote was telling him, like, be careful, there's coyotes out here, there's snakes.
Yep, messing with the kid, and he's like, the coyote, ooh.
It was the key to survival. That's what he said in Spanish.
Move quick.
Don't
avoid the coyotes,
stay together, and watch out for snakes. Yeah.
But
and to come into America and this like picture perfect American dream 4th of July.
It wasn't just that, because they showed another part of that movie that we didn't talk about, or we didn't really. But like, on their way through, there was a moment where the trucks showed up, and it was a bunch of banditos, right?
Yeah, and it pushed them all.
That's a threat that we as Americans don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these people are trying to get away from a really corrupt system or life, or really terrible life. And we've always been the land of opportunity and freedom, and that's how our whole society was built, was because of immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it doesn't. We've accepted so many people. It's literally on the Statue of Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like on Ellis Island, where the port of entry for a lot of Europeans. The promise of a better life, right?
And then they come in.
So they run. They run to the border, and then they get caught.
Border facility.
Yeah, it was a United States Border Patrol, and then she blacks out.
Mm-hmm. And they wake up in this paradise, or so they think she does. Specifically her, because like for some reason she was the main attraction because she was pregnant. Yeah. They're like, we want to make this the main test subject, and I want to know what the fuck they were trying to figure out. It wasn't that
she was the main test subject. It was that the willpower of a mother trying to
protect her child,
create a better life and protect her child.
That's all really she wanted. That's why she was going to America in the first place.
She was the hardest to integrate into the system, which made them curious as to why.
And they couldn't pump her full of the tranks like they wanted to because she was pregnant. It could kill the baby. But it was definitely weird. Because at the beginning, I don't know if you noticed, but it almost seemed like she got raped in the first place, that's what got her pregnant.
Guy who I'm assuming he promised to take her over the border. It was the father of her child, a rape baby at this point. Like I guess they loved each other.
And then she tried to leave
or something, and then they showed a scene of her getting raped by him. There was no real
bad scene, but you could see the movement. She was
it was all in the face,
emotionally disconnected with reality.
It looked like aggressive,
She didn't want it happening, and you kind of knew what was happening.
It was like flashback storytelling to kind of build on the character.
And she's escaping. She has these nightmares. She's trying to escape from him, from the rest of it. She almost gets raped again by the fat dude who was partnered with the coyote.
The trafficking dudes. So, and then it goes straight from that kind of narrative into this like
American dream.
What a lot of
like a 80s, 90s American dream.
No, that's like straight up 50s white picket fence.
Okay. Yeah.
Cakes and fucking Betty Homemaker type shit.
Yeah.
Like, it was
weird.
It was really weird. That's like the pure suburbia, like that's the scary American dream.
Yeah.
It's just creepy. It's And then the kids when she's like she sees the kid and like they all turn and smile and like there's the smiles again. People like unsettling smiles.
Yeah.
That was a really good one. I would have to 100% pick that one.
Culture Shock. Only because of the way it aged. I say
It's
like yes, it was a great movie, but
even with people hating on it, I think it's really good.
Oh yeah. But like. And body.
I think a lot of the reason people hate on it because it's political. Oh, it's about Mexican or Americans abusing Mexicans.
It's about immigrants.
It's about immigrants.
It's about them illegally coming into the United States.
Yeah. You know, what's the word? Not sanctuary.
You know how many people illegally leave the United States?
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about that.
You know how many people like illegals used to find sanctuary in church doors to hide from the law? And that was like a totally normal practice a long time ago.
You know how many fucking criminals and American criminals at that flee into Canada and shit? Like, they leave.
Go to Argentina.
They illegally leave.
Go to Argentina. It's way better. They have really bad... They're not really an extraditionary... I don't know if that's the right word. But they don't extradite people. Really? They give a shit less. That's where all the Nazis went after World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of them. That's why there's a lot of really Dutch-looking Argentinians.
Makes sense. And the body was one of those that's like right under your nose the entire time. It was kind of unrealistic in that way.
Wait, which
like
one
the
was
cops,
the body?
Where it was Halloween and he literally
the Halloween. I love that one. Just because of the whole demeanor, and it really nails like the hitman thing. And just how stupid frat bros are.
For real. And the women they hang out with, the fact that they were a little bit smarter.
It was just a master class on stupid young people in a terrible situation.
And dumb cops. It taught you what like really dumb moves to make if you're a fucking officer.
Yeah. What's more concerning to you? Someone coming at you with a knife that is supposedly a killer, or a couple teenagers running off with a corpse? Which one are you going to turn your head away from?
For real.
Right?
Like, I'd rather turn my head away from the
it's an obvious...
teenagers.
Again, it's one of those writing, like narrative plot armors, if you will, to kind of make it so the story progresses. You know, the stupid cop has to die. But the whole like frame it has, he's explaining in the framing, and then the weird love interest from the crazy girl.
Yeah, only to not actually be in love with her at all.
Well, he's a stone cold killer.
He's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Psychopaths aren't... that's what separates somebody who's psychotic from somebody who's straight a psychopath.
There's several things that make what a psychopath is, and I guarantee you majority of people have tons of the traits. There's two sides. There's a traits that everyone has, and majority of them are not bad. And then there's the other side that are the bad traits. And if you
can have every single one of those traits.
Well, another thing
but it's the way you handle yourself, the way you deal with them, the traumas, the trials and tribulations of life.
Yeah, we've been conditioned, in America at least, through Hollywood media type stuff, to see like psychopaths as murderers, killers, unhinged. But they don't tell us about the other ones, the ones that
blend in,
manipulate, gain power, the dark triad of personalities that seek influence, power, wealth, and these things, and will do any means to get them. Because a lot of these people,
they have a disconnection from reality or a really high ego.
They're also protected by this idea that they're successful people because of the way we operate in this country.
And they've gotten away with a lot of things.
Capitalism and a lot of these things attract these type of people and are very fruitful. You can get really far ahead in this country if you have some of these dark triad psychopathic traits. Narcissism, egotisticalness, can't remember the third.
I mean, him and the dude from Down are kind of alike.
Sure. Yeah,
in that way, they just manipulate people to try to get what they want. It's just one one was not for the emotional connection, and the other one was all for the emotional connection. If that makes sense, you know, like one was like
one was
trying to
just a
hide a
guy doing
body.
his job, and he
got sucked into it to get away from the cops.
He got
He knew
sucked
he
into
was
it as
gonna
a
get
part
asked
of
about the body by
necessity,
these
more or less. Yeah.
officers. So he's like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll take that ride.
It was out of
Let's go to a
necessity
party.
for him,
Yeah.
for sure.
And the other dude, like, just stalked this fucking woman and set this entire fucking get stuck in an elevator thing so that they could connect. Not so that he could rape her or anything, but so that he could be locked in there and get to know her, and so that she could get to know him.
And psychopathic behavior. So one being a crazy dude
he was psychotic,
who didn't
and one
have
being like a straight psychopath.
Yeah, the balls to like just go and talk to the girl. He had to fabricate this elaborate scheme to lock each other into an elevator that just got, and then he goes full emotional unhinged, which I have seen plenty of dude just act against breaking up with girlfriends, you know, just simple shit, girls dumping him, they go unhinged, you know, like jumping on the roof of a car and crazy shit like that. But the other one, he's just a professional killer doing his job. So his attitude is cold and callous and calculative, but
it comes natural to him.
But that's the kind of the psychopath that they exists in today. As his demeanor, not necessarily that he kills people, but how he carries himself in his profession, and
that's what makes him a psychopath. Like if you look at the characteristics,
that's
the
what
traits,
I'm saying. That type exists in this world in powerful positions because it flourishes.
Psychopath killers.
Yeah, without the killing part, though. That's what I'm saying.
No, but I mean, yeah, but I'm saying psychopath is how you name those characteristics and traits.
Sure.
Compared to the other dude who locked her in the elevator, he had a psychotic break. That's what made him go around killing people. Originally, he didn't want to hurt her. He just wanted to connect with her. He wanted somebody to love him. He was psychotic. He wasn't a psychopath. He was psychotic, and he had a psychotic break.
Those are kind of within the same realms, but
yes, they're within the same realms, but they're completely different. I only know this because I studied psychology. You know?
Yeah, you got a doctorate?
No, but I had a degree up until my phone fell in the pool, and I don't have access to those emails, the number, nothing. I would actually have to go down to the state and go to the school and get one if they even have that shit on file. I would hope they do. But yeah, it's just they were two really weird dudes, and they were both crazy. They both really made you think about the people around you, you know?
So there's personality and behavioral traits for psychopathic behavior.
Yeah. There's personality and behavioral traits for everything. There's no S. Not before it, though.
What a weird word, psycho. That's like Q. Why is there an extra way? You know, you already say the word in the first 3 letters. You don't need the extra 2 letters. Q way. You psychotic, for the viewers, is a loss of touch with reality, such as hearing voices or holding beliefs that are not true. Weird.
Which is what the dude in the elevator was doing. He's like, oh, I believe you'll like me if you just get to know me.
Psychopathic describes personality types marked by a lack of empathy, manipulation, and antisocial behavior.
Which is what the killer was doing.
Yes. Which is,
I know it. I studied it. Well, I know. Trust me, I know.
I'm not doubting you. I'm just looking it up so we can
tell the viewers,
tell everybody what it is. Yeah.
But it's just very. I'm glad I'm gay. In other words, very glad because it
you
really
don't think
just
girls
makes me
will do that
dissociate
too?
from men even more.
I understand
there's
a lot
no
of
doubt.
These narratives.
I know some psychotic ass women.
I know. A lot of these narratives do portray, like, honestly, if we really look at it, other than there's this test I forgot what it is, but we're not. That's something separate. Out of the movies that were purely, so there was, I guess you have a couple that were purely male, more or less. We can bring up one after this. Purely female. Sorry, I keep saying female, and I know people think that's a red flag. I was in the military. It's just a habit. Purely women, Let's correct
I mean,
that.
you say male. If you say male, you can say female.
Whatever.
If you say man, then you say woman.
I know people, either way, they're interchangeable. People find it as a toxic red flag, whatever. I'm sorry.
And those people are fucking retarded.
Yeah.
They're idiotic.
Don't be fucking weird, okay?
Don't be
We're
an
just
idiot.
using words.
Yeah.
Anyway, the women in the movie, so there's good examples of both, but if you look at a majority of the ones where it was a man and a woman, it was almost always the man that was doing the bad thing. I'm not saying that's like sexist or whatever. I'm like that, but you gotta understand.
Aside from season 1, though, tentacles.
Yeah, that was the. You're right. That was the woman. That was the women being the bad version. And so
I mean, it was man too. It was whatever the monster took form as. But
I'm not trying to create this like, oh, 3 men are unproportional. No, like whatever.
It's both ways.
What it is Hollywood media and all these movies, they have an effect on how we as people perceive things, especially in America. Like movies, I mean, a lot of people will, third world countries as well. I've met people that think things are real because they saw it on a movie. But it shapes how you perceive reality and gives people ideas. So if you're not really an intelligent person, it just constantly gives the idea that men are bad. Men will do this, men that, men this, and then you generalize, and you know, and generalizing is harmful. No matter where you slice it. Yes, men do this, but not all men do this. Same thing as women do this, but not all women do this.
But you also have to learn that, okay, like me, I say men and women because I know I'm talking about majority who are categorized by men.
If you don't fall into the category, then don't worry about it.
Right. So when I say it, it's not offensive at all. I know what I'm saying, and if you call me out on it, I'll simply explain to you. There are categories of men and women now. So when we refer to men and women, it is those people who fall into the categories of what we're talking about. It's the topic. Pay attention to the topic, not the words we're using.
The incels and fincels.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's just there's really no offense to be taken.
No, of course not.
When you know what you're talking about.
It's an interesting dynamic.
It's when you don't know what you're talking about. It's when you don't know what's going on around you.
We also watched that TED Talk the other day. The Mount Stupid. A lot of people live on Mount Stupid. Confidently
or
incorrect.
Or the puppet talking about the what is it? The 5 traits of stupid, or the 5 types of
stupidity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most often, the stupid people don't know you're stupid, and this is how you tell a person's intelligent. They tell you they're stupid because the smartest people know that they don't know nothing. Shows.
Being intelligent is knowing, like, okay, I'm gonna say something stupid, but just listen for a minute.
All right. So, geez, we got off track. Which one?
We were talking about the body and down. Body. You know, they're super light.
I like the body better.
Yeah.
I do. I really do. The other one was the
elevator.
But
one. I like the ending. She finally gets her payback. She's like,
both ones had some payback.
Oh yeah, there. And both times the female turns into the psychopath at the end.
Yeah, isn't it funny?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're both.
But it's
good.
Also kind of a deeper meaning into, like, men break you. They will make you or they will break you, and it's women who let them do that. Like, we let versa. Other people do that to us.
It's people can break people, and only if you let them do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works you have way. To.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
You go through certain things, and there's no coming back from that.
No. But at the same point, like, going back to New Year, New Me, like, you know, the oppressed get to a point where words no longer work because the oppressor will just simply manipulate those words, and you cannot defeat that.
Without becoming that.
They will just run that game on you and twist the words and just gaslight the hell out of you, and it's even worse when they have thousands of echoes behind them.
That's why I find these horror movies so fucking funny, because I'm like, they're running from these bad guys the entire time, and at the end of every movie, they become the bad guy.
More or less, yeah, because you have to become the demon to fight the demon, more or less. And does that make you morally superior?
But there is a saying, befriend your demons instead of fighting them, and let them fight your battles for you, because you'll get further that way than living your entire life fighting yourself.
But in a situation like
because your demons are still a part of you.
How do you befriend that demon and make that your ally? You're trying
to
go
through it. Those demons are things you portray in your mind. They're the struggles and trials and tribulations and traumas that you have been through.
So,
and that,
but the whole point was
out of all of that has stuck
story.
with you.
It was a vengeance story, and trying to get someone who does terrible things masquerading as
for sure. I'm talking about all of it together.
But the point being, the oppressed. Sometimes words just won't get there. You know, you have like sometimes it takes acts of force to make points.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it can turn you into the villain just as easily. So it's kind of wild.
Yeah.
I mean, it's understandable that these people become the bad guys at the end.
And the dude getting cut in half by the elevator and his girlfriend dying and then both of them getting thrown down the elevator shaft. Can't tell me that wasn't fucking dope.
No, that was good. It was good.
Yeah, like.
But I just still love, I don't know, Body's just kind of funny. It's a good mix of comedic, romance, and just good old-fashioned killer movie.
And to go through all of that just to dump a body down the well. And then he ends up getting dumped down the well. But I'm like, it was just really weird. It was funny though, but I'm like, that's a lot to go through just to get to a fucking construction site to dump a body.
Well, it was the whole point was
he was being threatened though.
It was a point. He was trying to make a statement because it was supposed to be some beautiful famous
dude.
person.
Yeah. This is really weird.
Leave the body in a public area. His rules and his ideology made so much sense. Also, his little speech.
Yeah. Talking about fucking psychopaths though, All That We Destroy. That teenager?
The teenager, yeah, he was the guy.
He got a thrill from killing.
Yeah, he was the kid in the first American Horror Story season. You remember that show? Great show.
And
well, most of it.
His obsession. That's what drove it. Like that. I can't sit there and watch it because it's so unsettling, especially because of how much he's harming women.
Well, that's just like what I said a while back. Like on Father's Day, behind every shitty dad is a shitty grandma, because his mother was just as, I got to protect my baby boy. My baby, you're so perfect and precious. No, you're not perfect. Your baby boy's not perfect. He's killing people.
And crying over his death at the end. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I would have been relieved.
Yes,
knowing that I don't have to hide my son from the entire world, especially women. Knowing that I don't have to deal with him murdering anybody anymore. Knowing that I can have fucking friends over without my son growing an obsession to them and wanting to murder them.
No, that's their baby boy.
In all honesty, I would have killed him. Like, let me find out my kid's a fucking murderer. I'm gonna turn into a fucking murderer. Except the only difference is I'm gonna call the cops on myself.
There used to be a time. Yeah, man. You know, like behind every toxic adult baby or emotionally unstable human being that's grown
is another emotionally unstable human being
that raised them, that protected them, that coddled them. Oh, I love it. I'm a tough guy. I'm a fucking man. Blah, blah, blah.
Or the whole I didn't get a good blah, blah, blah. Childhood, so I want to give my child a good childhood, protect them. The helicopter parents, both good and bad, make honestly terrible children, terrible people. Most of the time. Not all the time.
Don't raise Karens and whatever the dude version's called. Anyway, what was the other one that we watched after that?
Well,
that was The Body, and then
I'm talking about All That We Destroy compared to like Puka or whatever. You know, the two really deep.
Was it Puka?
Yeah. No, I forget the order we watched them in because Puka was like episode 3.
I know we just talked about Puka.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
We're talking about All That We Destroy now. You know?
Oh, duh. I know what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know. If levels of, because that one was pretty crazy too.
Intense movies.
There was a lot of weird. Both of them had some paranormal stuff.
They're both very unsettling.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with the weird creature flick Puka always, because it's just, I mean, it's like Five Nights at Freddy's, like, you know, it's weird anime. Like, I grew up in an era when we went to go have our birthdays at Bullwinkle's, and they still had the animatronic bands, you know, and same with Chuck E. Cheese.
I was just gonna say Chuck E. Cheese. They took that shit down now, though.
They're creepy. I love it, but that's probably why I like horror movies and creepy stuff. But...
Or playing FNAF. That's like, I don't think people realize they're all like, oh, the show, the movie. I'm like, do you remember the game? Do you remember sitting there playing the game?
Yeah.
On hours on end, trying to survive for as many possible nights as you fucking can
Also,
with friends and shit. You know, like actually having a group of people playing FNAF. Do you even remember it being called FNAF, or do you just know it as Five Nights at Freddy's?
I mean, that was my sister played the crap out of that. I just know about it. I'm aware of the pop cultures.
I remember playing it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, the movies are good. Also, and the actors in the movies are great.
I'm going to be biased.
But it's not the same. I'm not a big fan of the movies and shit.
Puka rhymes with my dog's name.
Yeah. I think that's why you got so excited to watch it, though.
I can't wait to watch it. Yeah, and that also got a sequel.
Yeah.
So clearly it's better. Yeah.
Okay, but what about I'm Just Fucking With You?
That's my favorite one.
How? You just said Puka.
I know, but that's my other favorite one. I can have two favorites. Okay. I have free will.
Okay, but like I'm Just Fucking With You compared to New Year, New You.
I'm Just Fucking With You because at a heart, I love fucking with people. I like trolling people.
The key scene was fucking hilarious.
And that's the thing. Like I would hang out with Chester. I would. The minute he fucked with me like that, I'd be like, that was great. Like, yeah, I'll have a beer with you, bro. Let's. He seems like a fun person to hang out with.
And he was chill with the biker, you know?
Cares. Yeah.
Yeah, he was chill with the biker until the biker couldn't take his joke.
Yeah, once the crazy murderer bit came out, like that was, but also it's a good flip. It's a good psycho thing because both of them, like you've got the online mental game troll, and then you have the physical joke troll that really like brings the tension out. Because like
you got a trolling.
Yeah, trolling
another
on
troll.
The internet's one thing, but when you're straight face, like making an intense situation for someone, and you're just actually trying to like fuck with them,
make them uncomfortable.
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's not as easy, and really selling it. And I want to like the actor. Nailed that part. He did so good. It was like kind of a Dane Cook, but not as much of a douchebag.
And the end of the movie was crazy. It's definitely a psychological thriller.
It's so good, and it left so many questions open-ended for a lot of people. But for those of you that can count, the guy was real, and unless there's some unnamed death that we don't know about. But the dude, like he assembly, like the other guy wasn't a peach either. Like you definitely have this. It's a weird mixture of things because you have like the super afraid like to touch like germaphobe guy. He went through the whole apartment or the hotel with like the
motel,
excuse me, with the red light. Jeez, I'm just struggling today at life. The ultraviolet wave, low frequency light.
Yeah.
Changed all the seats, did it gloved up and everything, which is silly because they only show them ever wearing one thing of gloves, and then you remove sheets and then put on new sheets. You literally just can cross-contaminated. You're supposed to change gloves. Nobody does that. Careful with your local food places that use gloves. So you watch this meek person who can't survive without the help of his sister, right? All of a sudden start to engage in this overly brash, totally out there in your face kind of character, right? It's a complete polar opposites, and it starts to bring like a bromance is created through complete opposites, and it starts to bring out the brings the other guy out of his shell.
The bromance was created because of the fucking the psych.
Well, they start to realize
he
they're
gave
the
him
same
like DMT
person.
or something.
Well, that was after. This was really when the dude was like, because it's like Chester's trying to break him out of his shit. He knows it's him. They see each other, and you're like, they see it in each other.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he keeps interacting.
That's why he finally friended him.
Right? Yeah, he starts to see himself in him, or as he is the person that he wants to become.
It kind of gave you like a gay feeling, like they like.
Well,
maybe
it's like a
Larry was a
mentorship kind
little
of thing.
gay for Chester.
Maybe, yeah, like it's bro love, whatever, like a brotherly love.
I think it was a little more than brotherly,
I don't think he
especially
wanted to
since
suck
dude
his
gave
dick,
him his
though.
own dick pic back.
Did he give him? Oh, that was the dick pic.
Yeah,
you're right.
Literally was watching him.
See that? So that's one of those wings. That's one of those things that is on the fence because that's a silly boy thing that silly boys do. They will dick pic each other, or they will like, yeah. I mean, come on. You ever watch Waiting? You know about the game? And you know how much that shit happens in the army and the military? People are just like, hey, what time is it? You have to take free. Dudes had to take co-showers together growing up in society. Seeing each other's dicks is not necessarily a gay thing. It's pretty common, but it is
having a camera in his room and watching him
that wasn't
while
from
he's
Chester.
jacking off.
The camera in the rooms were installed by the original owners. Remember,
But Chester
that's
was still watching
later.
the cameras.
Sure.
He was in the office.
You assume he was
You
watching
saw him
it.
in the office in front of the computers.
Okay, I maybe missed that part. Because all I saw was it was just a tight-in screen, like zoom in on the camera.
He pretty much...
I'm not trying to defend these people, by the way.
He took the place of the people he killed.
Yeah.
And he pretty much pretended to be the owner who was working, you know.
But also, I think...
He wouldn't have got the dick pic if he wasn't watching.
It's kind of a 50-50 thing. I don't know. It's weird because if you look at it, it proves the point that these people were sick by showing what they're filming. It also shows it's also a part not just on Chester, it's part on the other guy, Larry.
I mean, yeah, he was jacking off to lips.
No, it was his freaking ex-wife it
wasn't his ex-wife.
The girl
it was
that
just
dumped him for his cousin that was getting married, the wedding.
Didn't dump him for his cousin. She never liked him. Never liked him, and he had this deepest crush on her. And so she decides to go and fall in love with his cousin, and he gets pissed off about it because they're getting married.
Right, okay.
And he's literally sitting there with her fucking Facebook page open, jacking off to a picture of her mouth.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds creepy, but that's not uncommon for dudes to jack it to.
Like, it still makes it creepy.
That is creepy.
That's still creepy.
Facebook pictures, totally creepy.
Jacking off to somebody's mouth is fucking creepy. I'm sorry, but if you can't go open some normal ass fucking porn, you need help.
You should go watch Super Troopers. There's a whole scene. Never mind. I'm not defending whatever weird.
But I also have a really OCD tick. I don't like people's mouths, especially when they're eating or something, because you see all the oil build up in the food and the crumbs and the drool, and it's fucking disgusting.
You're a girl and a lesbian, so the idea of a mouth isn't as. I mean, I guess it could be. Sure, oral's oral, but I don't know. Dudes are fucking gross. I don't know what to tell you. But yes, the point isn't that. The point is he's doing it to the girl he likes. He's basically stalking a girl on Xbox. Facebook.
He could have zoomed into her fucking tits. He zoomed into her mouth.
Yeah.
That's how you know he's a sick ass bastard
some
child.
Like mouths.
But that's the hint.
Some people like air.
That's the hint that he's psychotic too.
The hint that
that's what the movie was portraying.
He's jerking off to a girl he's stalking on the internet.
Men jerk off to women on the internet all the time. Men stalk women on the internet all the time. Yeah. Men like to go and scroll and comment on random ass fucking photos of nude women all the time.
Yeah.
But what made it weird, what gave you the hint that, oh, he's not a good dude, so what's happening to him is happening to him, karma, was zooming into the mouth. Jacking off to a female's mouth. You're fucking weird.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't jack off to the mouth. I find the mouth attractive, but like as a feature,
if they have a pretty smile, you know. But I wouldn't zoom into it just to yank off to it,
lips, if you will. But yeah, I probably wouldn't crank one out to a mouth. But I guess the same can be said for feet.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say that I have an issue with feet too.
Yeah, some people love that. I think the feet fetish is an acquired taste.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the feet fetish is a little bit more understandable though, because it's like
mouth fetish.
Yeah,
that's a weird take, but. Whatever.
Okay. I don't think men realize, like, bro, if you have a mouth fetish, do you realize that your dick could get bit off if 100%. You piss somebody off?
What about that movie Teeth?
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of movies where a man's dick gets bit clean off.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, that's kind of what you get for being a fucking weirdo, bro. Like, for real.
You just went on he woman man hater a little bit ago. That was pretty funny.
It's not man hater. You're one of my fucking best friends, quite literally.
But the hyper aggressive men do this, men do that. That's what I'm saying.
I talked about it earlier, where when I categorize men like that, it's literally just the people that fit into the topic category. If you don't fit into that topic category, you ain't got to be offended by it. I don't have a specific name to put out there. Not to mention, we're on a podcast. We really shouldn't be name dropping. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna just say men and women. You know. Yeah. Like I said, the women have been going fucking psychotic in these movies audience,
too. Whatever. The fence swings both ways for sure.
Yeah, like
there's definitely females women out there
that are fucking perverts.
The obvious. Creepy.
Yeah.
I know a few.
I know married women who still stare down men's asses and shit. I'm like, they got a cute butt. I'm like, really?
Most of my girlfriends are. I don't mean girlfriend, but girlfriends.
Yeah.
Are a little bit more perverted than you think, but
most women are. Like I know, I have female friends who are. It's just they can be taken, and they're still kind of perverted. I mean, my homegirl Kay.
Humans are just flirtatious. It's fine. Be an adult. It's cool. Have free will.
But pure.
I'm just fucking with you. Is the pure winner?
Pure.
Oh, Pure. That was a good one. Also, because I like the story of Lilith.
That's what I was just gonna say. The whole Adam and Lilith being created equal. Adam getting pissed off that she didn't want to follow what he did.
How cringy super religious dads are with their daughters.
Sends her to hell.
How just cringy the whole quote unquote purity hypocrisy is.
I think if you want to be pure, if you want to save yourself from marriage, you just want to stay clean. By all means,
totally,
but it should be your own choice, and you shouldn't have to do it openly. You shouldn't have to talk about it. You shouldn't have to share about it.
But like that one girl said in it, she's like, the young boys want to have sex, our dads don't want us to. What's like, why fight, or what option do I have? And like the other girl's like, you totally have an option. You still have that third option. Your option.
Yeah.
Like. You can say no to either.
What I think is funny is like the dude sits there and tells you masturbation is wrong. That, I
mean, by Christianity standard, it is.
Right. But I'm like, do you realize what a man would do if they don't sit there and masturbate? They're going to go find somebody who doesn't actually want it. And they're not going to care because that is what they need. Men have needs. Us women, we bleed. We could care less whether we get fucked or not, whether you're a whore or whether you are horny. That's literally all that drives it is your emotions. As a woman, our emotions control us. Men, on the other hand,
creature takes.
It literally harms their bodies to not go and get off.
It is healthy to at least ejaculate once a day, more or less. Self-service, yo, shit.
I mean, I don't personally. Self-service is just like, and what's the fucking point? Literally, like you have to make yourself feel good. You can't go get a breath of fresh air and make yourself feel good. Like you can't control your own thoughts. You're so horny that you can't help yourself. You're so stressed out that you have to alleviate yourself in that way. It's not healthy. It's really not. Something like that should be done with a partner that you have a connection with, I
mean, it's healthy either way you look at it.
Not on a woman's aspect.
Don't be
the
judgy.
Women who masturbate like that.
Don't be judgy.
I'm not being judgy. I'm being dead ass. Just scientifically dead ass.
Scientifically dead ass?
Women don't need it. Men do.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that will disagree with you, which would be interesting.
That's fine. I would love to see that.
Comments.
Yeah, but either way, know your facts. I know my facts. And if I don't, I admit to it. Quite literally. I've admitted to a lot of things I don't know. I'm like, straight up, I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Oh yeah, fun facts, chat people, folks. We got to learn about the factors of 2 today. That was funny. I didn't give you too much of a hard time for it, but I was like, 12's not a factor of 2. You're like, it's totally divisible by 2. I'm like, that's not factors, but a little math lesson.
I know factors, but it's all right.
It's early
been a
morning,
since I've done
no
that
breakfast.
Shit.
We hadn't had our coffee yet. Give us a break.
No, deadass. I just forgot about it. It's not even I need a break. I forgot about it. But
every time someone says dead ass, I just think about a donkey laying down. That's a dead ass.
I'm saying like I'm being dead serious, or you can fucking kill me.
I don't care. Whatever with your generation speak. your tomfoolery and shenaniganeries or
I don't
whatever.
think the majority of my generation actually understands the way I speak.
Nobody does. I do. I'm just kidding. I'm a student of the languages. I like understandings and learning things. I had a whole obsession with the Cockney rhyming scheme and like British slang in high school when I was growing up as a teenager and stuff.
I don't know what that is.
I could say Chevy Chase. I'm talking about your face. You know, the bees and honey is money because it's all rhyming. And you could just say the honey, but you got egg all over your Chevy Chase. What's the sour look on the chase? What's the sour look on your face? It's a way to kind of speak. It's weird. British is badass sometimes. With their slang is light years of absurdity ahead of ours. I don't know. Skibbity's getting a little weird though, and the toilet riz and all that. Clissy.
Have you seen the clips of that one weird dude who covers himself in like different liquids and peanut butter and Nutella and like all different types of stuff?
No, but I've seen some wild things.
He's blown up for it. Yeah. All he does is like that Skibbity toilet shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, he'll go and like he'll be eating something, and then all of a sudden he does that shit. And he's covered in it, and it's weird.
You think that's bad?
It's standoffish, like me. I want away from that. Ew.
But like, remember I showed you this little old show that I love called How to Basic?
Yeah.
And that started in the early 2000s. And the guy basically got famous by starting to cook stuff and then annihilating it with his bare feet on open tile encounters. And it's just the most absurd forms of humor. And people are like, it's so highbrow, it's stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, like the genius level of humor, but it seems so simple to those who don't understand. And yeah, he blew up. People get famous on doing weird stuff. That's why that's a bad thing. Because especially with social media now, we're just throwing it out there that you can become a super wealthy idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you know what's awesome and easy to control? Super wealthy idiots. Because you don't know no better.
No, like...
And now all you have to do is ask AI, so hopefully it's telling you the truth, but how are you going to know if it's the truth if you don't have a sense of what truth is?
What's sad is I would rather my kids go and be fucking porn stars than go and be social media influencers. It's sad to say, but I'm just being dead honest.
I mean, sure.
At least they have control over it when it comes down to them selling their bodies.
Yeah, I mean... Come off. You're going to be a freaking porn star these days. You're going to be a social media influencer. It's just going to be porn social media.
Right. And I would rather it be straight up that than have them worried about what other people think of them. Have all the
Facebook for porn.
Right. But they're looking for certain things. They find those certain things. There's really no complaints going on.
No, I mean, there's definitely a layer of protection there.
Yeah, I don't want my daughter or my son getting put down because of the way they look on social media or the things they do.
Brain rot and both.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't want them to be that, but picking one over the other.
But like an actual porn star, though, a lot of those people. That's how a lot of people.
They're really
start.
Cool people.
Well, they start that way to get famous, and then why do you think porn has a freaking story? It's the early way into getting into acting.
Oh,
if you can act and then get plugged, you know.
Have you watched Maxine?
No.
There's 3 of them. It's Maxine, Pearl, and then I think another Maxine. Or something else. But those are good movies. Kind of falls into that.
So, Dan, did we just ramble off of...
No, we're
No, I'm saying, we were talking about Just Fucking With You, man. That's what kind of started the whole... No. See, it's a good movie.
It wasn't Just Fucking With You that started it.
What was the other one?
It was Down. Down is what started everything.
Oh, maybe.
But, like between Pure and Culture Shock.
No, it was
because they both are. Oh, Pure, lately,
yeah.
Pure.
No. Pure was a really good one.
And compared to Culture Shock, they're both looking into certain aspects. One looks into like a cultural aspect. One looks into a religious aspect.
Yeah.
And they're both psychological thrillers.
It's so just right in the middle for me. Right?
Yeah.
Because
they're both really
passionate about both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap. Let's see. We're going to have to go based on like merits of actual filmography and storytelling. And,
okay, name something.
I'm gonna have to say, I don't know. I love biblical demonic crap, so Pure in that aspect has like the jump, but
dude,
like you said,
the Lilith
Pure
story was
had
so good.
so many jump scares back to back that it just got like there was actually no real
thrill.
There was it was just a really manipulative, fucked up story.
It was a good story.
And it was kind of sad. So like as far as a horror aspect, it was pretty gone. Like I'd have to be like
we're looking more at the psychological aspect.
Well, I'd have to be like a Mormon to like be down with that movie as a horror movie. To me, that was just a movie with a fucked up story, you know?
It's not about the horror or the thrill though. It's about the psychological aspect.
Sure, I mean, and psychologically it was just creepy. It was a cringe movie because it's like a bunch of dads protecting the purity of their daughters and taking wedding photos and putting I didn't really
have you watched Shameless?
What hand were they putting the ring on? Was it the left or right?
It was the left.
Was it the left hand?
It was the left hand. Well,
you sure?
Yeah, it honestly depends on where they were filming it. But them facing us, it looks like their right hand. But if we were to stand the way they're standing, it's their left hand. Okay,
I understand.
You know how you're facing the screen.
I know what you said. I'm just processing
put yourself
the hilarity
in their position.
No, I know how to tell left from right, whether they are or are not facing.
Yeah,
it's just funny the way you said it. But yes.
Well, because that's
so either way. Think. No, here's the thing. I was fucking married. I should know this. It's left hand, right? It's the marriage hand. So like between a husband and wife.
No, I think it's right hand.
I think right hand's Europe. Either way, we'll have to double check. But that was the creepy bit. It's a cringe movie for sure. And there. Anyway.
Now you got me thinking.
No, yeah, but I'm stuck in the thought.
Whatever hand they put the ring on, having the ring there in general, and the symbolism of marriage throughout the entire movie was fucking sick.
It was pretty much a wedding ring. Yeah, and then
and then the key to the heart thing.
Yeah,
or the key to their purity. And then the fact
that those boys hanging out with them wanted to get into their pants, but were also like choir boys or whatever the hell for the preacher and everything.
And the fact that the preacher set it up. He's like, "Oh, you passed the test." Bitch, you're gonna go and purposely tell these boys to sleep with your fucking daughters, and if they do it, punish them? Make it make sense.
Yeah. I don't know. But like the real psychological trip, the good twist, I'd have to give that to
Culture Shock.
Yeah, I mean
they woke up with like these VR headsets
and then the brutal self mutilation, and then like the weird creepy stuff, and then the simulation thing started happening, and it's honestly really believable.
Yeah,
really believable. It's more believable than the other one,
which is why I say it aged so well.
Yeah,
like we're getting down to the point where that just might be my pick because of how well it aged.
Yeah, I'd have to pick it. I mean, just quality. It's a quality movie. It's a quality flick.
I just, like you said, I really do wish that we could at least read subtitles in English, because I do want to know like what she was saying to most of these people.
Yeah, and then that should speak to the quality of the movie. Like we didn't understand majority of it, but we could read what was going. Kind of knew what was.
We didn't understand the majority of the language in it, but we understood the movie. We understood what was happening, what was going on. Yeah,
interactions. You can kind of tell.
But most people, like I guarantee you, the better half of people who do hear this and hear about Culture Shock probably won't watch it purely for the fact that they aren't going to be able to understand it.
Yeah, but
most people don't like
Spanish,
watching movies like that. If there's anyone out here like that anymore,
I'm sure you could find it.
But like, let's go back to like the body and Puka. Those were the last two, like as far as the getting you on the edge of your seat goes, but also the stupidity, idioticness of it.
Because Puka's a kid's toy.
Yeah, Puka's a Christmas kid's toy, and the body was like on Halloween.
Yeah, I don't understand the end. We somehow have a battle of holidays, and unfortunately,
I feel like Puka would win though, because it's something. I need to watch it again.
So weird, but
like we watched it, we didn't really pay attention, but we paid attention. It's just really hard to keep up with.
You have to rewatch it. No, and that's it. I was reading up on a lot of these.
That might be part of their like
similar
how to get more people or how to get more views consumption. Is they made it to where you kind of have to watch it a few times to understand it.
No, some movies are just like that. It took me like 10 watches to understand The Wall, and I'm not even fully sure I understand The Wall, but that's a movie. I have it on DVD. We should watch that movie. It's a crazy one.
Yeah, and then like for the psychological, real aspects of the movies, you know, like the I'm Just Fucking With You and Culture Shock, like dumbing those two down, I'd really still have to say Culture Shock.
I know, those are two big I mean...
Because I'm like, I'm Just Fucking With You was amazing. The story, the way they made it, the actors.
The lighting.
Yeah.
All of it was
the
so
murders,
good. It was all under
you know, the end of it.
Yeah.
But Culture Shock was just, it's one of those things where you feel empathetic for her. You're like, oh shit, she gonna make it?
Yeah.
Well, how's the baby? Is the baby okay?
So I'm Just Fucking With You is just a really fun, crazy. It's like Seven Psychopaths.
Horror.
It's like Seven Psychopaths or like Natural Born Killers. It's just a really fun, wild time about a couple of fucking nuts, you know? And then, yeah, Culture Shock is more about, that one kind of hits home. Like, that's a little... You know, I did definitely have to put it, but it barely wins over.
But yeah.
But and that's the same thing with the Puka, and like I really love The Body. It's such a well written freaking movie. All of them are. Dang it.
And what's crazy is this is only season 1.
I know we have to watch it. We did watch the other one,
Tentacles from
the season 2. But,
yeah, which was good.
Yeah.
It was good, but we'd have to see more season 2 to be able to make those comparisons. But I mean, like, just okay. So between Puka and Culture Shock. I
think that is just the clear winner of them
because of how well it aged.
And well,
I'm sorry, but
it's just such a believable story.
Yeah,
it's so off the hinge, and it's definitely.
It was also made at a time where we're struggling with the whole wall being built around the United States and stuff. So, like I said, it aged perfectly. You really feel empathy for her. You really connect on another level with what's going on in the movie.
AI have come along, like, oh man, and it just pushes the lead. You're like, we live in a matrix.
For real.
No.
Yeah. I guess we have our winner then.
I mean, it's not really a winner. It's a good winner.
Out of season 1, it was probably the best movie.
Those are the top 4 for sure.
Yeah.
I would they're all so close within range of how good they are. Like it's tough. I mean, that's just my opinion. I think,
no, for sure. Like top 4 all the way. We definitely have our top 2.
You know why? Because we got free will. We could do whatever the hell we want.
But I still say, out of season 1, Culture Shock was the best movie.
As far as a movie, yes, Culture Shock is the best.
Yeah.
The next would probably be I'm Just Fucking With You, and then
Puka,
and I mean, I hate to put
The Body last, but it's I think the cop being so blind.
It's just this. Yeah, it's
stupid, but it's good.
It's kind of corny.
Yeah,
it's got that like
it's a good
corniness to it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, this was a really long episode. We talked a lot.
Oh well. Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's 100. Jeez.
It's been in the hundreds.
I need to go to bed. No.
It's an hour.
Hour. Yeah, I'm just on 124 and I'm retarded. But it's okay. Yeah. Go watch Into the Dark.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
You don't have to watch them in any order. Like, there's 24 movies in this series.
I do like horror movies.
Yeah. It's something special. And they're all written by different people. We should definitely look into those stories. We've been doing research as we've been watching them. Some
also, I'm
reviews
just
and
drop
comments.
another cool movie, some cult classics. Something Wicked This Way Comes. It's an excellent horror movie from way back in the day. And then what we watched, I showed you Hard Candy last night. Another excellent.
That one was epic.
It's pretty epic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of things happened, and you're like,
good actors too. Throughout all of this, amazing actors. We're not gonna name drop. Wow. As I say that. But at least he said it the proper way.
Well, I'm not a jerk, and I could care less about
he's happy.
Who people identify is none of my business.
For real. And he's a good actor. Point blank period.
Yeah.
But I hope everybody enjoyed the ride along that we've dragged you through.
Yeah, jeez. Thanks for listening. It was pretty fun. So we're getting close on to our first reveal of faces and stuff. So stay tuned for that. Keep an eye out on Patreon if you.
Yeah, shoot over to our Patreon. We're definitely going to be adding some new things to the tiers. We have some tiers in order already.
And send us a like and share or comment. It really helps the channel out, helps us grow for sure. We appreciate
getting into bonus content, by the way. If we drop some polls or you have any questions, let us know.
Yeah, definitely let us know what you think about if you've watched this series before.
Yeah. Patreon's the shit.
Is it? I don't know. It could be.
With all the access given and everything we're about to be doing for our podcast and specifically for Patreons.
Okay. Well, we stand and deliver now.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for listening. As always, catch you later. Have a good week, neighbors.
Hell yeah.
See ya.